Hello children, how are you? I hope you are all fine. Maybe you are thinking what social teacher is doing today, right? Children, don't worry. Today is a English class. I take up English for you. So children, today I take up English lesson A Day in the Ashram. Children, this is your 8th standard English textbook. Open your textbook, page number 2. Then I'll start reading your textbook. Open your textbook. See, A Day in the Ashram. This lesson is about writer where he remembered or he memorized or his past days, that how he had spent his day in the ashram. Ashram here symbolizes that is a hostel or a school where he has learned his education. So, A Day in the Ashram. Here I will read writer introduction. Sir Andrew Charles Ferrer Andrews was an English priest of the Church of England. He was an educator and freedom fighter. Children, he is an English priest as well as he is a good educator and Indian freedom fighter too. He became a Mahatma Gandhi's closest friend and an associate. Though he is a freedom fighter, he is a good friend of Gandhiji as well as his associate. Associate in the sense he is to join hands with the Gandhiji in the movement of freedom fight. Andrew reveals his experience while he stayed in the ashram. Shantiniketan was founded by Rabindranath Tagore. It is a school with a difference where students learn with great joy. Children, here Charles Andrews says that it was a unique experience. Which was the unique experience? A day which he was spent in a ashram, that was a Shantiniketan, which was founded by Rabindranath Tagore. Children, I repeat, a Shantiniketan ashram named as Shantiniketan, which was founded by Rabindranath Tagore, and it was a school with a difference. Difference means it is a unique from other ashram where students learn with great joy. In the sense that children used to love the education of a Shantiniketan. Children, move to the point. Words cannot picture to you the beauty of Shantiniketan. Our own poet teacher, whom we call Gurudeva, named it in his song, The Darling of Our Arts. Children, I repeat it. Words cannot picture to you the beauty of Shantiniketan. The writer here says that the words are not enough to describe the beauty of Shantiniketan, because our own poet and teacher, whom we call Gurudeva, who is here our refer to a teacher or a Gurudeva. Teacher in the sense here Rabindranath Tagore, to whom the writer was mentioning. Our own poet and teacher, whom we call Gurudeva, as named it as in his song, The Darling of Our Hearts. Underline, please underline that sentence. The darling of our hearts, and it's worthy of the name. He says that the Shantiniketan, he call it as the darling of our hearts. It is a worthy. He says that the name which he had given to Shantiniketan, it is a worthy in the sense it is a valuable and it is exactly match for the Shantiniketan. All who have visited the ashrama, old and young, alike have felt its inner beauty growing more and more upon them. He says that whoever visited the ashrama, they feel that the value or the beauty of ashrama grow day by day. They says that when we visit the ashrama, we are pleased. We are pleased in the sense they again and again they want to visit the ashrama. Not only a smaller but also a younger one. They like to be in ashrama. They like to enjoy the atmosphere of the ashrama. So he says that all who have visited the ashrama, old in the sense maybe are the parents and the young alike, have felt its inner beauty growing more and more upon them. If I were to describe you one day in ashrama with the boys, that would perhaps best bring home to you its eternal beauty. Long before sunrise, like a bird in his own amalgam grows, our boys are awake. He says that how the day begins in the ashrama. A day was in the early morning, boys are awake. Boys are awake in the sense it is a group of boys, they will awake like birds which wake up early in the morning. The boys wake up early in the morning. The chorists are the first to rise and they go around the ashrama. See children, the chorist is a group of a singer. They will sing in a same tune. The chorists are the first to rise and they go around the ashrama. That is the work of the chorist. What they will do? Early morning they will get up and they will start from the main gate and they will go around the ashrama singing their morning hymns. Hymns in the sense it is a shloka. They used to sing a common prayer to make other students wake up. You can hear the voice in the distance growing near and then the sound dies away. So as the hymns start from the beginning, in the sense starting from the gate, it will hear as it was closer to you. As they take round of ashrama, the distance goes little bit far. It means that they will take a one round of a ashram. As the choir passes on to the another part of the ashrama and then it comes near and near. In the sense when they will take a one rotation of our ashrama, the voice once it comes closer to you or the hymns which comes closer to you, as it will go far, it will get again it's slow, then again when they come to near to the ashrama, again the voice gets little bit louder. It symbolizes that they wake up early in the morning, they will sing the hymns to make other children wake up in the ashrama. The beauty of the sound in the silent morning air and the sense of a joy, reverence which it brings. It says that the beauty of the song, in the sense the song or the hymns which they sing, it looked very beautiful. Beautiful in the sense in the early morning, it will bring a joy and the sense of reverence. Reverence in the sense it is a respect. The hymns which they sing, it is bring joy as well as reverence. Reverence in the sense to mind it will bring joy as well as the shloka of the hymns which they sing, it brings lots of respect in the minds of a listener. It brings, gives peace to a soul. It also gives the peace to a soul. After an interval, each boy takes his asan in a square carpet into the field and sit down on to meditate in his own place alone. So this is the morning. In the first paragraph, we learned that how the day will begin. Then after certain period, in the interval period, what they will do? Each boy will take his asan. In the sense, they will be seated in a one particular place with the square carpet. I will repeat. They will be seated in a one particular place by taking a square carpet. They will sit on the field and they will meditate. What they will say? In the sense that they will sit in a one particular place only for the sake of a meditation for a particular for the particular period. Later on, before the school work begins, the boys all stand together in the shade of the trees and sing their hymns. So they will sit separately or they will sit alone for a while. Particularly, they don't want disturbance from anybody. They will sit alone. Then they will meditate for a while. After meditation, they will all stand together and they will sing a hymns. Then till about half past the work of the school goes on, we are no longer in a classroom. The boys sit with their teachers in an open air under the trees. So writer says that they don't have any classroom like us. They don't have any classroom. They will sit. For the entire atmosphere is a classroom. They will be open to air. The boys sit with their teachers in the open air under the trees. They will sit below the trees surrounded by the teacher. In the sense, all the children sitting around. In the middle of the children, the teacher will sit. There are no larger classroom. A group of 8 or 10 boys are seated around the teacher asking him questions where a few boys are used. In the sense that there are nearly 8 or 7 group of boys. They will be seated in a round and in between them a teacher will be seated, and they used to take a classes. Very few books are used. They use very little books. A greater part is carried on through the conversation. They say that they don't have much of a textbook. Everything will be taught and learned through the way of a conversation. Everything will be taught and learned through the way of a communication or conversation. The boys soon learn to open out all their difficulties to the teacher. Look at the children's situation. When the conversation or when the classes goes on through the way of a conversation, the children are very open up to the teachers. They used to discuss their problem, doubts through the way of a conversation. And the teachers get keenly interested in the boys' question and answer. Such leading education can never be dull. So he says that a teacher was very much interested to the problem and interest of a student. So he says that such education can be never be dull. Children, I'll continue a little bit later. Till here I will summarize. Here a writer, C.F. Andrew, he will write about the ashram where he has spent his student life. The ashram that named as the Shantiniketan by Rabindranath Tagore, where he will see that how the day will begin. A day will begin in the early morning by the group of a chorus. They will sing a hymns and they will take a round of a ashram. They will sing, which will bring a joy and reverence to the soul. And as the hour pass, they will sit for a particular while and they will meditate. After the meditation, they will go for a what? Learning. Learning in the sense they will sit in an open air where 8 or 7 children surrounded by one teacher, and they use very little book, and the teacher was very open to her children because the teaching goes through the way of a conversation. Is it clear, children, till now? And I hope that below there is a one column. There C1 has given answer the following question and share your response with your partner. Children, what you have to do that? Till now, from point 1 to point 4, you have to read by yourself, and below there are the few questions that you have to try to answer by yourself. Okay, children, this is a language what I am taking. You have to read by yourself to improve your knowledge of a language. I will continue, children. When in the morning work is over, the boys bath and go for their meal. Till now what I took is the morning section where the children will sit open to the hair. They will take a conversation with the teacher and they will learn what they want. After that, this is a mid-noon session where after the morning, when the morning work is over, the boys bath and go to their meal. They will go to bath, had their meals. And about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the classes begin again. After the lunch and bath, again the classes will start at 2 o'clock. But at this time, the work is chiefly with the hands as well as with their minds. This is about their work, about their mind, not about learning. It is about like your extracurricular activities where the children are going to learn what they want. In the same way, here the works with hands as well as with their minds. Handiwork is practiced and the boys' own natural tests are very soon discovered. Some prefer carpentry, others prefer mechanical work, and others enjoy spinning, weaving, and others became skilled draftsmen and painters. Others are musicians. These are the work liked by the children. Isn't it, children? Suppose if I ask everybody to paint, you may not paint, isn't it? Because any one or two maybe like to paint, other maybe like to what? They want to do some any embroidery work or any other kind of the work. We are the same that children are allowed to free to do their work. In the sense they will be given encouragement for their knowledge. Here so they are given encouragement for the different kind of the work. Maybe if you like to do the carpentry work, maybe if you like to do the painting work, other may be a weaving, other may be a painting work. Such kind of the work will be encouraged in the Shantiniketan. There is very little work in the afternoon. School is over at about 4 o'clock, and then there is a rush to get first into the great open field for a football. So after this work, school will be closed at 4 o'clock. Then they will rush to go to the playground to play a football. Our Shantiniketan boys are very famous everywhere for the sports and games. A writer says that in the ashram they had given encouragement for the studies through the way of a conversation. In the second part of the studies, they will even encourage for the other handiworks, and as a third part in the school after the 4 o'clock they were allowed to play, so that Shantiniketan boys are known for a sports and game. In the evening at the sunset they return from the field and sit down once more for a short time to meditate in a silence. See children, at the end of a day they will play. As they return to ashrama, they will sit alone and then meditate for a while. See children, why do we do the meditation in the morning as well as in the end of the day? Because in the beginning, if you do the meditation, it will bring a calmness to our mind, because whatever happened in the yesterday, that we will forget, and we can start up a new day with a fresh sense or a fresh thoughts. So, beginning we will do the meditation. At the end of the day, why we will do the meditation? It is because if something has gone wrong in the day, or if we are upset, so that to forget that whatever bad things or whatever bad experience we had at the end of the day, if we meditate, that we can forget, so that we can have a good sleep, so that we can start our next day as a good. So even in the end of the day they will do the meditation. As night comes, fairy tales are told, short drama are recitated, our Gurudeva songs are sung, and different school gatherings are held. He says that at the end of the day, night comes for us like a small child, fairy tale stories are told, and at a while even we are get to listen the song of our Gurudeva, and school gatherings are held. He says that a day we will end up with very good thoughts, like for us nice stories they will be telling, or we know that Rabindranath Tagore, he was a very good singer or a poet. So a song of a Gurudeva will be played. Like this we will end up our days. By 9 o'clock all are glad to retire to rest, and again the choirists go around the ashrama singing their last evening hymns. There can be no question as to happiness of our life, of our boys. Their faces tell the story of their joys and their freedom. There is no better life in India than life of our children at Shantiniketan. So writer here ended that at night, at the end when we sleep, we are completely with the peace of mind. We will forget whatever strain or whatever stress we had, because we will only have what the goodness we had spent in our day. So he says that we will end up our day with very fine and calm. Children, here I like to sum up again. See, our lesson is about a day in the ashram. Ashram here indicates or the name as a Shantiniketan, which was founded by Rabindranath Tagore, and our writer is C.F. Andrew. He was a student of a Shantiniketan, and he will memorize that how he had spent the days in a Shantiniketan. He says that early morning the chorist will come around the ashram to sing our hymns, so that he says that our day will go with very peace and joy. After the chorist work over, we will go to the meditation. We sit apart from all boys, and alone or individually we will sit and meditate. After the meditation, as the classes start, we will open to air in the sense there was no classroom. They will sit below the tree and surrounded by the 8 children, and one teacher was in the middle. The teacher was very open up to the children, and the teaching goes as a conversation between teacher and student. Children, I hope till now you are clear. Afternoon, in the middle afternoon, the children were given encouragement for the craft work or any other kind of the handiwork. Later on, after 4 o'clock, in the sense when the class hour get over, the children will be given encouragement for the sports as well as a game, and Shantiniketan boys are well known for their football game. After again in the evening, once again they will meditate. After a meditation night, like a small children, they will be given a fairy tale stories and song of Rabindranath Tagore, and at 9 o'clock they will finish up their work and they will go to rest to sleep. This is a lesson about children. This lesson is very small and simple. I hope you understand what you have to do that. I won't give any much work to do. You have to read from the beginning, and there are only 8 points to cover up. You read, and page number 4, the meaning they had given, that you have to read. I hope all the difficult words I found that I wrote here, and you can also read the meaning, which can improve your vocabulary, children. Till then, be at home, read the textbook. Is it clear, children? Okay, thank you.